Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Afika Iwani binti Abdul Azim. My matrix number is 23 DLS 21F1038. Today, I would like to explain about sea transportation. Water is the oldest mode of transport and the dominant mode in international shipping. As in other modes, shipping lanes are essential for water transportation. Shipping routes were first developed when men started to sail across the ocean as early as the 11th century. These early developments plotted by them remained as the route taken by water carrier until today. Apart from the fact that early seafarers chose to sail closer to the coastline. Next, what is meant by sea transportation? Water transportation described as the movement of people and freight by boat, ship, barge, or sailboat across ocean, sea, lake, canal, or river, or through the other mode of water transportation. It is a vital mode of transportation.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Ali Fakrullah bin Ruzaiman from DLS 2B. My matrix number is 23DLS21F1044. Here I will talk about risk of the delay of shipment by sea transport. The first one is bad weather. The deviation from water depending on weather condition will require time cost for adjustment of the cost and the shelter of the vessel in the nearest safe port. Vessel may be forced to take longer route if there is a storm, which may in some case shift the delivery time for 1 to 2 weeks. In case of damage the vessel as a result of the storm, this period may be even longer. An example of incident caused by bad weather is the cargo ship Mechanic Tarasov, where this happened about 40 years ago. The second risk is technical malfunction of the vessel. One ship engine consists of more than 120,000 parts. Every part can break. Thousands of technical errors can occur. If a technical breakdown occurs, the ship is unable to continue its journey. The time that would be spent delivering a ship that is not on its way to the nearest dock for repair, plus the time for the repair itself could be a month or more. It is possible to be transferred to another vessel nearest to the transshipment port, but only if the country or port is served by the suitable shipping line. The last one is a threat of piracy. The risk of being kidnapped for ransom by armed informal gangs is not restricted to Somalia's coast. Piracy has been reported in the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean Sea, and the Indian and Pakistan coast. The well-known film Captain Phillips depicts the risk of falling into the hands of pirates and the potential consequence. Even while all modern vessels that travel through high-risk zones employ armed guards, this is not a solution. After all, guards only travel with the vessel for a portion of its journey.
Hi, my name is Satyasri Ganesan. My matrix number is 23DLS21F1058. I'm here to tell about the impact of supply carrier, shipper, public, and government caused by the issue of delivery delay. Here we go with the first, which is supplier. What are the impact to supplier caused by the issue delivery delay? It impacts supplier by causing bad effect on enterprises to fulfill customers' orders, which is late delivery of crucial parts can potentially start or intensify an unhealthy OEM supplier relationship. This may also lead them to pay heavy penalty according to their quoted with the OEMs, which is the cost from the late part delivery. Next, decrease customer retention rate where cause the customer lost interest. This makes the supplier even more harder by not be able to acquire new customers. It's because of a bad review that customers due to late delivery. They can expect negative word of mouth and online review which make it harder to acquire new customers. Next, we move on to carrier. What are the impacts to carrier? It impacts the bottom line of the business, which is where seller will stop using company courier services and the company will experience a shortage of employees. Moreover, brand reputation goes down. As we know, social media is a great way to take your business to high that you probably couldn't have achieved through simple advertising. Negative review about carrier delay can bring all crashing down. Next, online review become negative. This is because delivery company get bad reviews from customers. Lastly, customers start dropping out. They will call your customer support center to inquire about the wear of their product and complain about your lack of efficiency because of delay carrier, and that will take loss of the customer to ordering or purchasing to our service. Now we move on to shipper. Shipper have to hold or bear the losses caused by the customers. Cause customers make cancellations, they thought shipper are not being responsible and finally customer lose interest in using the service. Decreasing in delivery rate. Customer won't support late delivery and bad services. Once customer experience a late delivery, they are unlikely to make order again to the same company. Next, we move on to public. Public, they will stop shopping or ordering something with the retailer after receiving a late delivery on time. Lastly, government. What are the impacts to the government? Government will undergo a cost overrun where government have to bear the damage caused by the delay. Next, rescheduling and rearrangement. This is because of losing revenue due to a lost client. Moreover, government will go through litigation, disputes and arbitration. And that's all from me for the impacts. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Zakwan bin Azhar and matric number is 23DLS21F1064. Today I will explain for you guys about causes of vessel delay in sea mode transport. First of all causes, the vessel delay is first, peak season. There are certain time of the year when consumer demand for good and product is much higher than usual. This is typical during festival season and translate into higher volume and place greater strain on carrier capacity and cargo handling infrastructure at ports. At such time, due to the heavier than usual flow of cargo, ports take longer to handle vessels, leading to longer port stay for vessels, which is then delay the vessel waiting in the queue behind them, ultimately cascading into delay at subsequent port calls. There is no standard or uniform peak season for port globally. The peak season differ from port to port, country to country and region to region. For example, North American and Europe countries see a heavy rush of cargo traffic prior to Christmas, while Middle Eastern countries see a similar spike in volume in the month preceding Eid. Likewise, Chinese ports see a huge surge in export volume in the build-up to the Chinese New Year as overseas retailer and shipper front end important from Chinese factory before the factory close for the Chinese New Year. Nextly is congestion at ports, where poor reliability is one of the causes of congestion at ports, with the congestion impacting port operation and evacuation of cargo to the final destination, which in turn causes delay in berthing and handling vessel, worsening schedule reliability in exceptional times such as peak season or due to typical causes such as labor trouble. Poor hinterland connection. Congested ports will further the poor schedule reliability and add to the already delayed transit time. Next, delay in custom. Sometimes the time taken by custom and government agency to inspect the parts the container might be longer than usual or more than anticipated. This could be caused by a number of factors such as very stringent checking of cargo and container, additional checking due to information about contraband being transported, lack of manpower, likely bureaucratic process. This will increase the time taken to clear container, delay in both the import and export process, cause longer wait time at the port storage area, compel carrier and cargo owner to allocate more time at the port to accommodate all container, and avoid the risk of container missing their planned vessel call, all of which will negatively impact schedule reliability. Lastly, causes the vessel delay is COVID-induced lockdown. These are the latest and perhaps the most well-known cause of schedule disruption, having had such a widespread effect that even laymen have become aware of this. As entire country and ports are under lockdown to prevent the spread of COVID, vessels are forced to omit those ports or countries, besides having to discharge their container at alternate port, which disrupt vessel schedule and impact reliability.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Noafika Sina binti Khairul. My ID number is 23DLS21F1036. Today I would like to present about solution when the delivery is delayed. First solution that we can take is always maintaining an overview of the container. Delay are the most common at interface in the logistic network, such as between external partner or different departments like transport and storage. Supply chain management play a major role in preventing problem with sea freight delivery. Companies such as Ocean Insight are working to develop smart solutions for representing the supply chain. By consolidating reliable sea freight data, they are able to accurately forecast delivery time. Thanks to the data analysis and the big data, it is now possible to make fairly accurate forecasts regarding the delivery data of sea freight. We can also maintain an overview of the current status of the delivery and the current location with tracking and tracing function to the container. Next, we can prepare for seasonal challenge. Seasonality affects virtually in every industry, causing extreme fluctuations in demands leading to delivery every year. Chinese New Year is one of the biggest causes of the sea freight delivery delay. This is not celebrated on 1st January, but is based on the lunar calendar and lasts of the around 50 days. Most company and factory in China close during this period. As a result, The volume of sea freight usually increase sharply before these periods, and there is more container traffic at the port. Planning our freight schedules around these big holiday booms will help us avoid port contagious and possible delay. We also can create a calendar listing all the seasonal events that have historical causes delay, or we could create delays in the upcoming years. We can also plan to make shipment early, or if not urgent, consider delay our shipment until after the disruption period is over. Next, we can also make sure that we have a plan B. Container ships have changed the way we transport goods around the world. Sea freight has clear advantage as a mode of transport. It usually the most cost-effective option, especially with large quantities and long distance. On the other hand, the transport times are longer and it once in the ocean. There's nothing we can do to move it any faster. Therefore, it always good to have a plan B and to choose other method of transport of certain goods. For example, we can handling an extreme time sensitive shipment, and our sea routine in congestion consider shelling out for air freight. Although this is more expensive, it is a lot faster than sea transport, and thanks to flight planes which are adhered to meticulously, it is reliable and less susceptible to natural events than sea freight. Next solution that we can make is set the right delivery expectation. If we want to avoid customer getting frustrated by delayed deliveries, the best place to start is before order have even been placed. By setting calendar expectation for our customer, they can make an informed decision over when and how they want to shop with our companies. For example, we only need to look at the disruption that COVID-19 has causes for retailer and carrier network. For sector-wide slowdown like this, it is essential to preface any customer interaction with protective disclaimer about possible shipping or order processing delays. Next, by providing ongoing update after an order has been replaced, is also a solution for we to provide the delivery delay. We don't want the first time a customer hear from our post purchase to be us notify them of a problems. This is a huge missed opportunity to build a rapport through ongoing touch point that promote trust in our brands after their order has been replaced. For example, after we have sent the initial orders confirmation, it's a great idea to send a follow-up to inform them when their order has started to fulfillment process. We should also send out the shipping confirmations and notice of when their order is out of delivery, so customer can prepare for its arrival. Next, we can communication with our customer promptly. As soon as its late delivery is identified by our team, it is important that we step up to the plate from the very beginning. We can also acknowledge them of the delay and what we should do to make our customers satisfied. First, we can also take full responsibility of the delay. Second, we can apologize for the inconvenience about the delay. Third, we can explain the reason for the delay. For example, if the weather that not good that day, and the ship cannot proceed to deliver the good to the customer, we can explain to the customer kindly so that our company did not take a bad reputation. Fourth, we can tell them how we are going to handle the situation clearly. If the delay is due on an issue with the shipping carrier, explain this to the customer and give them the most up-to-date information we have. It is important to not make any false promise as to when their order will arrive, as this could only worsen the situation. By making our brands that look as tough, it is trying to mislead the customer. Instead of our customer that receiving radio's silence, tell them when they are going to give them another update. There's nothing more likely to inflame delivery anxiety than packed communication after an issue has been identified. That's all for me. Thank you for listening.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Haikal bin Muhammad Khairi Azhar and my matrix number is 23 DLS21 F1032. For the conclusion is, it is clear that several factors need to be taken into account with regard to sea freight in order to prevent delays. This may include optimizing the supply chain. Suppliers and manufacturers should be aware of exactly what is important to them as importers and be prepared for as many eventualities as possible in order to prevent sea freight delivery delays.